All right, this is part two of the collaboration little mini lecture here. And now we're going to talk about how technology plays into this. So, what's the difference between, the simulations and group projects of yesteryear? Well, it's obviously the technology. The technology today allows a level of collaboration never really seen before. We have the internet, Web 2.0 tools. The web is now about content created by anyone, for anyone, conversations that can go on that. You think of, on a very basic level, YouTube or even Amazon.com, where you have reviews and then people can like the reviews or comment on the reviews and add more. It just is crazy. Blogs, wiki, discussion groups, video conferencing, video sharing, photo sharing, shared calendars, online applications for absolutely everything. So, uh, when you go and find a Web 2.0 tool out there, there's a lot of them that have some sort of collaborative feature, whether people can edit at the same time or you can share it with someone who can edit it at different times or whatever it happens to be. There's lots of opportunities and options there. Uh, this allows us to be instantly connected and ready for a conversation at any time, whether it's on our phones or on our computers or our iPads or whatever device we happen to have. We can jump right into that conversation. I mean, I was actually kind of surprised to hear there was an Adobe Connect app for your iPad, so you can or maybe even your phone as well. So you can then come to class on the beach of Hawaii or wherever you happen to be, just with the device that you carry with you or fits neatly into a little bag. Um, Learning environments are no longer limited to the classrooms. So there's been a big discussion of what a classroom is these days. What do we even use that word? And I know when we were designing this class, a year and a half ago, that's something that we talked about because one of the people who was helping design it, she teaches at an online school, and classrooms have a whole different meaning to an online school. Is it the Adobe Connect room, since it's no longer a physical space? Because we don't need face-to-face interactions anymore. We can do it all remotely, whether we're all together at the same time in the Adobe Connect room, or whether it's like what we're doing it for this class. You're looking at this and responding and and talking about how collaboration might work in a 21st century setting. It also allows us to blend strategies. So, really a lot of the studies have shown that the best online schools are actually some sort of blended version. So uh, it's not just people going completely online and then never interacting with people and just doing forums. It's you have some interaction with your peers, some interaction with your teacher, instructor, professor, whatever it happens to be, and then you do a variety of different activities. I think one of the keys to education, period, is mixing it up, and I think that holds true for online learning as well. If online learning is just read the text, answer questions, take a quiz, then how better, how undynamic is that? It's just like, even if it is online, it's just like the teacher who lectured and gave worksheets and read the book, and that was the routine. Monday was a lecture, Tuesday, Wednesday was worksheets, Thursday was something, and then Friday was a quiz. And I know I had a teacher like that in eighth grade. That was her model. Forget what we did on Thursdays, but it's just if we're just going to be answering questions and filling in forms to take the test, that's not a good efficient use of technology in the classroom. I don't think, at least. Now, we are going to have a focus on Google, although you will not have to stick with Google. I'm going to just talk very briefly about these. There are some links on the website, on the page for week 4, that kind of goes into a lot more detail of Google Docs and Google Sites and how they're used for collaboration. But let me just kind of hit the basics here. There are tons of collaborative tools available, both free and paid. There's enterprise versions of lots of different collaboration tools that companies and corporations and even some universities are buying into to provide to their clientele and to their employees. But we don't need that because we got Google. And I think I said the first day, or at least I said in the last class in podcasting, I'm a Google certified teacher, so I drink the Google Kool-Aid pretty hard. But I have also tried looking for other solutions. When I did my big workshop in China back in April, at the International School of Beijing, China and Google don't really get along. So I had to look for some alternatives to Google and really kind of played with Zoho and Microsoft Live those and what I really found was Google is superior. And while I pointed those teachers in those other directions, I said also that Google is just plain old better, and that's just not good old fashioned Google loving. It's based upon real experience. And Google is being pushed really hard in the educational world. So, my school, I have my email now through Google Apps. So I check my email with Gmail, and then that gives me instant access to a school version of Docs that's branded with the Grosse Union High School District and sites and calendar and all those other tools. Again, the Docs is online presentations, spreadsheets, forms. There's also a drawing feature on there now, which I used with some of my students this last year. And Sites is a website creation tool, but it's also a wiki. So everything you hear about wikis, you can do with Google Sites, and it's relatively easy to do. All right, I'm going to stop this one. This one was only 6 minutes and 30 seconds or so. And then I'm going to have another screencast coming up that is going to show you some examples of collaborative projects in the works, or collaborative projects at work with some of my students. Again, these are mainly social science, but you can be thinking outside, the social science box and how these might apply to your classroom and or your teaching environment, instructional environment, and what you could potentially do with that, because this is all leading up to a little mini project, which will be the last screencast. All right.